This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
All right, let's welcome in our friend Tom Murphy of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette and Whole Hog Sports. Tom, how are you partaking in the Super Bowl this weekend?
Guys, y'all have wandered off into radio gold territory where everyone is interested in listening about the Battle of the Sexes.
Mm-hmm. How you watching the Super Bowl? What's your big Sunday plans?
I have not made any plans. I hope my children are involved, and I will probably just be at my pad, man. Yeah. I'm not big into huge gatherings with a bunch of guys and everybody's talking. I watched the Falcons Super Bowl alone. My wife and my youngest daughter were in there in the first half with me, and everything was great. And then they went off in the second half and did something in one of the craft rooms, and I suffered through the second half by myself, and it was devastating. I wanted to call him back in there.
Now, to see, Tom said something very important. He doesn't know what his plans are yet. Did you hear him say that at the very beginning?
I did hear him say that.
That's because he's like the rest of us, Mary. His wife hadn't told him yet what he's doing. And that's what you have yet to learn. And Tom, at some point, will, Mrs. Murphy will tell him what he's doing on Sunday, what they're going to eat, where they're going to watch the game, all of that stuff.
The plans will come together. But if the Lions had made it, I would have been really torn because I have become a Chiefs fan, living in the area, and just like admiring. Niall Davis was with them. I like Andy Reid. I'm a huge Pat Mahomes fan. I kind of like the Travis Kelce dynamic and all the speed guys they've had. I just like them. And so it will be relatively easy for me to pull for the Chiefs in this Super Bowl, although I do like McCaffrey. And, Kyle Shanahan, he should have won a Super Bowl with us in 2016 if he had just kept the ball on the ground after that great Julio Jones catch, and I'm going to relive this the rest of my life.
Speaking of the Falcons, Tom, I did see a report as we're talking to you here on the McCarty-Daniel Hotline that Belichick turned down the job because they didn't give him complete control. Do you think there's any truth to that? And was that smart on his part? Because it doesn't look like he's going to be coaching for an NFL team this year.
I hope that was the reason. I mean, I don't know if the report is true or not, but I'm glad he didn't get full control because what has he done with large control over the Patriots the last 3 or 4 years? It hasn't been pretty. I didn't want it just because a guy's trying to get, the most wins in NFL history. I don't want it to be with us going, 7-10 for a couple of years in a row. I don't want that. So I'm glad we got Raheem Morris, and we'll live with that.
Speaking of the NFL, again, you mentioned Dre Greenlaw. I heard Travis Kelce say nothing but good things about him. Brock Purdy also mentioned when they were down in the dumps in a 0-3 hole at one point, and they lost 3 straight games, that Dre was one of those guys. You think the chances of him winning the MVP this weekend, the way he played in that divisional game and really the way he's played all year?
Well, if he gets 2 picks again, he'll have a great chance for it, and and they hold the Chiefs down a little bit. But I'm just so proud of Greenlaw. His whole backstory, and he's a feisty guy. I mean, I was listening on the radio to the Eagles broadcast when he got into it with the guy Dom on the sideline, and the Eagles announcers were like, "Oh, he doesn't want to tangle with Big Dom." But I don't know. I hope Dre has a really good game. I know he had a stinger in the last game, and he came back from it. So hope he plays well. And it's cool that 2 Fayetteville High kids, him and Brandon Allen, are both in the Super Bowl.
Tom Murphy with us on the McClarty-Daniel Hotline. It's been almost a month since Arkansas played Georgia down in Athens. This time the Bulldogs come to Fayetteville. The Bulldogs won by 10 last time. Had Justin Hill come off the bench, scored 19 to lead the way. Tremont Mark had 24 in that game. Tom, what's got to be different this Saturday for the Hogs to get a win over the Georgia Bulldogs?
They got to be tougher, defend better. They have to rebound better. Hopefully be connected on offense more than they were in that game. I mean, that was so early on that, we weren't sure what kind of rhythms the Razorbacks would fall into, and it hasn't been good. Georgia's struggling right now. I'm not sure the final from the Mississippi State game, but it looked like they were going down hard. So I don't know. It's a Georgia team that's struggling with confidence probably a little bit right now. I think they've lost, it might be 4 in a row. So time for the Razorbacks to get back on the good foot.
Yeah, one of the games that Arkansas kind of held their own on the glass. Rebounding margin was +1 just for Georgia. Offensive rebounds, Georgia just had 9. So from a matchup standpoint, sounds like if Arkansas could play with a little more effort towards the glass, this is an area you can hold your own this time.
I think so. And Abdur Rahim, I don't think he had a great game either. But Georgia's their athleticism is impressive. But they've had a trend that I've been keeping track of a little. They've had some nice leads. They came from well back to get a big lead on Tennessee and then blew it. They had a 16-point lead at home against Bama. I think that was last week, and did not hold on to that one. So they're a team that, if you can get some momentum going, may question their confidence. So I think it's a team that's Arkansas is ripe to get back in the win column, and especially when you've had a whole week, recuperate, catch your breath, find areas of weakness, and hone in on. And you got Devo Davis back in the lineup too. It'll be interesting to see what dynamic that creates on Saturday.
So Auburn beats Alabama last night in the jungle, Tom. Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee, and South Carolina basically all neck and neck. Tennessee's got one less win because they played one less game. Who's the best SEC team of those four?
Well, I had Alabama at number 1 in my power poll this week, and I'm not sure if that's the case. I don't think there's a ton of separation between those. I mean, Tennessee started the season with more of the hype, and I think they have a higher upside. But their NCAA tournament track record is not good. I mean, they've been a team that's bowed out to as a 2 seed and a 3 seed early in tournaments a lot. So that's hanging over them. Not that has anything to do with the rest of this regular season, but there's so many things to like about Auburn's depth, Auburn's combination of physical interior and good outside shooting. I like what Connect has brought to Tennessee, and I'm a huge I don't know. I would say I'm impressed by what Lamont Paris has done. I talked to him post game here. I've watched as much of their games as I can since, and they're fun to watch. I like the combination they have of good guard play, and they're physical on the inside as well. That Murray Boyles, who I'm not sure he did much in the game here, but he's come on, the freshman. So they have a nice roster composition. I don't know if they have the ability to pull this out at the end. I think Tennessee might be the most likely to edge everybody out when it's said and done.
They got a lot of talent. Dalton Knecht, probably player of the year in this league. He has been fantastic. All right, Tom, last thing. Nick Saban announced joining ESPN. We're talking a little SEC basketball transition to football. Not really a surprise. Is he going to have another job outside of just TV, in your opinion, moving forward with college football?
I would think Miss Terry, as we've discussed with the Super Bowl party conversation, that Miss Terry has probably told him that might be about enough college football coaching, and that he can enjoy his 70s as an analyst where you don't have to do as much inside the office. I mean, there's some prep involved for sure, but I've enjoyed his commentary when he showed up in playoff games and what have you in recent years. So no, I'm thinking TV analyst will be a good deal for him to close it out.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.